Welcome to Morning Joe with Christina and Brooke. Today I'm so excited to talk about one of my really favorite topics. We're going to talk about how we keep traditions in this time of social distancing. And my colleagues Brooke and Joe and I were all talking this morning about how do we really want to keep that term? Do we really want to call this social distancing? Because in many ways, and we're going to give you lots of examples today, we're more connected than in any other time, right? It just looks different. So let me show you how it looks different for me and my family. Each year around Easter, oh, is it showing correctly? Okay, good. Each year around Easter, we love community gatherings, and going to egg hunts are one of our favorite things to do. We're very competitive, all three of us in nature. So we love the rush of just running and gathering eggs and going for that hunt. So this year on our Nextdoor app, we did the same thing. It just looks different. So we got a lot of community members together in our local neighborhood, and someone actually posted this really great slide here in our Nextdoor app. Have your kids decorate and hang paper eggs in your windows. And what we're doing is we're going around the community in participating in a community egg hunt. So Victoria still gets to spark that competitive fire inside of her, and she counts the eggs in the windows. And then we can report back to our community and say, I saw this many eggs, I saw this many eggs. And we're just having a really good time as a family, decorating our eggs and displaying them outside for everybody. So that is our social distancing, but very connected egg hunt. And I almost argue I know more about the experiences of my neighbors in coming together and decorating these eggs and spending this time together and getting to know each other on a deeper level rather than let's just run and grab an egg and then get out of here and count our loot. So that is just one way we are participating in a community gathering with an egg hunt.
That's awesome.
And,
Thanks.
and Christina, you mentioned something there that we hadn't stumbled on earlier that kind of feeds into the conversation we're having where, Victoria, I know she's at an age and you guys as a family, you already have these traditions where you're like, hey, this is really important to us. We love doing this normally. How do we figure out how to do this now in this unique environment where our little one is young enough where we are still trying to figure out as a family what our traditions are going to be for Easter. Like it's only her like second or third Easter or something like that, right? So one of the things that we were thinking through is like we're not, and I know you guys always rebuff this, but like I think you two are super crazy creative types. And I see myself as like the total opposite of that. Like I'm super practical, like just what's here, what's available, what's the easiest way to get through this. So we didn't do a whole lot of planning in terms of like Easter egg hunts, and we didn't like go to Amazon, or we just didn't have the foresight to do that. I just didn't think through it very well. But yesterday we found ourselves in this situation of like, hey, it's going to be Easter tomorrow. Like, oh man, we weren't paying attention. It's Easter tomorrow. What are we going to do? Like, so just kind of looking at what we had on hand, we did two things yesterday that were kind of interesting, I think, where for a part of the day, a part of the morning time, we basically just spent time around our table. We had a couple of like family themed and Easter themed like coloring books. So my wife and I just sat around with our little one and we just did some coloring and just shared stories and started exposing her little by little to what this season is about and how it means different things to different people during this time. But most of us are coming together for something, to celebrate something in our faith tradition. So just starting to try to get her to understand those things. And then when we thought about, well, how do we include like an exciting component to it, the Easter egg hunt, like how do we do that? What does that look like? We didn't have anything on hand. So we basically just got like this clear bucket that we normally have some of her toys in, and we dumped all the stuff. And we were like, look, we explained to her what a scavenger hunt is. Like, we're going to do this. You have no point of reference for what this is, but we're going to do this. We explained it to her. Like, just fill up this bucket with as many toys as you would like to be a part of this thing. Sure. So that picture there is all the things that she chose. We laid them out on the table. Aww. And it's so silly because there's a report card from like earlier in the school year, which a 3-year-old getting a report card, makes no sense to me, but she got one. There's a book, there's a couple of magazines, there's like buses and Dora is in there somewhere, and a bunch of My Little Ponies. That we have a huge collection of My Little Ponies. Somehow that happened. Getting a report card makes no sense to me, but she got. And basically, when she went to bed at night, we just spent 20 minutes putting it up, just hiding them throughout the house. And she woke up and spent like a good part of the morning just looking for them. And it was so similar to the excitement of going around looking for eggs and like, oh, look, Bobby, I found one. So it was just cool to kind of create that. Yeah.
That is amazing. And it comes down to it not being about the tangible stuff, right? Like we don't need to get new things. We can have the same excitement and joy and good feelings with things we've already got.
And ultimately, Christina, an important part of it is that it worked for us, right? Given where we're at as a family and what we want that tradition to look like, or as we're growing our family into what we want those traditions to look like, this was enough. This is sufficient for this year, given that. So, yeah.
I love that. That brings so much joy. I did have one other thing that I wanted to share. I'll go back.
I saw that. I totally like railroaded you, didn't I?
No, you didn't. No, it's perfect. It's so perfect. Another thing that we do each year is take photos with the Easter Bunny, but who says it has to be someone dressed in a bunny costume at a mall or at an Easter egg hunt? We have bunny ears and we have a big white dog. So you use what you have to have that same experience. And I have to tell you, like, Victoria loved it. She's like, oh, I'm going to go take my picture with the Easter Bunny. And so, now we have an Easter dog and it's just great. And I have a feeling this is going to be one of our favorite Easter Bunny pictures throughout Victoria's childhood. So
it was so cute.
Thanks. We had a lot of fun. It was good.
Love it.
Brooke, tell us about some traditions that you celebrate.
So this is a very interesting year, not only because of the quarantine, but my boyfriend and his kids are Christian and I'm Jewish. So we actually exposed his two boys to both holidays, which I thought was super cool.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So my mom texted me, my sister, and her sister, my aunt, like the day before Passover and said, hey, join us for 6 p.m. Seder on Zoom. So I said, okay. And we used my Zoom because I pay for Zoom, so it's over 40 minutes. And that picture that you see with my nephew just sitting in the middle of the table with his arms up, that was all of us together. So we actually felt like we were all together. We had people in New York, so my aunt and uncle and my cousin and so there's triplets. So two of them were in different households. They were in New York. And then one of the triplets is in Austin, Texas right now. So she zoomed in. Then you have Jamie down below on the bottom. She works at a hospital. So she was in the car. She jumped in for a little bit right before the 7 o'clock cheer in New York. Then you have Sam, my mom's boyfriend, who's in New York with his son. So we were all in different places, but I have to be honest, not all of us probably would have been in the same room given the fact that we're all in different states. So I think that was probably the most memorable Seder that I have ever had. And on top of it, I got to experience it with the boys as well. So that was super cool.
Do you think this will continue to be a new tradition for your family, connecting in this way?
I don't see why not. I mean, I think that the people who are close together would join forces and be together. And then the people who aren't around would Zoom in or FaceTime in virtually. So I think that's great. And the best part of all this is no one had to clean up other people's stuff. We were just, ended meeting and then we all were responsible for our own stuff.
Wow, that's amazing. Yes, the host always has to do setup and cleanup.
Exactly. And one other thing that I thought about is in this, only one person can talk at a time. So you weren't having side conversations. So everyone was listening to each other because on Zoom, only one person can talk unless you had breakout rooms. But So everyone was listening to the same conversation and they were all connecting. I thought it was really cool. So that was my Passover. And then I think the share screen just stopped.
Yep.
Yep.
Going up your next slide.
So like Joe said, Christina and I are usually very prepared and creative. So for Easter, we ordered on Amazon plastic eggs. And also yesterday for our bike ride, we found coconuts. So we all decorated our coconuts with these markers, these edible markers that I ordered from Amazon as well. Now,
I went too fast.
That's okay. But so my good friend Tracy, she and her husband created these bucks right here. And they're all, you can change it around. So they had their last name on the bucks, but I changed it to one buck. So if you reach out to me at Brooke at coachingwithbrooke.com, or you just in the chat, I can send these to you. So they're editable. You can put your last name, whatever. So anyway, none of us really want to touch money right now, right? We know how long the disease can land on money, and plus it's dirty. So what we're going to do is print out these bucks, cut them out, put a few of the bucks in each egg. Some eggs won't have any bucks. Some of them will have one, some will have 5. And then they could trade it in for any of these things above. So actually, this was my friend Tracy's bucks, but Gabe and I changed it around to Clawy and to Amazon gift card. We got rid of the iTunes gift card. And some of these we actually took out, and we exchanged the bucks for the actual dollar amounts. Christina is on a roll here. I think she's had too much coffee and
she's at a different pace right now than anybody. Yeah.
I'm trying to make it, I want it to be visually appealing at all times. I'm like, oh, what if I did this? I'm like, oh, no, don't do that.
Usually on a delay, not fast forward. So Christina's like one step ahead of all of us. I love it. Anyway, so the point of this is not only to not put dirty money in an Easter egg, but also for the boys to think about where they want to spend their money. So if you have $5, are you going to use it on, what we did was Claw instead of Robux, but are you going to, are you going to use it on Robux? Are you going to add some of the other bucks that you have? Are you going to use it on multiple things or just one thing? So this is what we have. And we thought it was super cool. And on top of it, we can use this for a reward system moving forward with schooling at home, because we know that it's not easy to school at home. So we actually made the bucks per day a little bit more direct and not good attitude, because what does good attitude mean? So we changed it to all work completed by 5 with one redirection. So it was very specific on that. But anyway, yeah, so that's where I'm at. We're going to use those bucks and they're going to get really excited about it, I'm sure. We do still have some candy that we're going to put in the eggs, and then we're going to transfer over this reward system to them once they start school again tomorrow. And just a fun little meme.
There's more.
So I found this on Instagram. I love it. And I posted it on my Coaching with Brooke page. But we were talking about putting in our very first meeting, we were talking about putting signs up, right?
Yes.
So this person, I must have been from the UK. She put, "Mom is in a meeting from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Do not enter." And the answer to your question might be here, upstairs, in the wash. I don't know what's for dinner. No, in your bedroom. So
that's my favorite one. Just no.
No.
The answer is likely is going to be no.
No. So
genius.
Genius, right? So how about you integrate a sign like that with the behavior system, right? So if they don't enter your room while you're in a meeting, they get a certain amount of bucks. And when you come out, if they did what they were expected to and it was explicit instructions, then they get some extra bucks. So I think that
good stuff, as always, Brooke. Good stuff.
Yeah, totally, Brooke. It's a genius idea, like to use this as a springboard that literally can impact the next 2 months. Like you're talking about a behavior plan. It'll seep over into the academic piece for all of the families that would choose to do something like this. To be able to use this season as a springboard to that is freaking awesome, man.
Thank
Well done. Great job.
you. And I've been putting together a link of resources for all ages online, free resources. So working on that. What I'll do is share it in our Morning Joe with Christina and Brooke page, and then people can contribute to, hey, stop. People can contribute to it. So if they have some other ideas, they can share it as well, and then we could share it out. What else was I going to say? Oh, Christina, we have an important announcement, don't we?
We do. We have a very important announcement. Anyone who is a fan of Morning Joe with Christina and Brooke, if you like or share, your name is going to be entered into a drawing to receive a beautiful pampering basket. But there's more, right, Brooke?
There is. I am so excited on April 24th that I am going to be speaking online for Fusion Academy, and at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for an hour and a half, we're going to go live virtually on Zoom talking about how to take your business online. So you could be a school administrator, you could be a therapist with a small business, you could be in a large business, anything. So if you have your own business and you're shutting it down, or you're a little confused on what to do, or if you are, a co-administrator with someone else, come join us because you get a free lunch. So Fusion Academy, with the help of Christina and Joe, coordinated a DoorDash for $15, $10 to $15, and you can order.
Yep, exactly. Yep, we'll send you that code after you register. We're going to batch all the registrations and then send those codes out the morning of, so you can order your lunch for the presentation on Friday, April 24th.
Awesome. Do you think in this video, maybe we could put it in the chat? So in the comments, the link for the sign up.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's filling up fast, though. I'm going to say we're going to have to cap it soon because those lunches add up, right? So if you want to get in there for some really good business advice, and there's always a way to do it online. There's no need to close your doors and shut down and just do nothing. There's always something you could be doing for your business, just as we've demonstrated today in moving traditions to this format. So we're here for you. Brooke's here for you.
Awesome. So all the free giveaways that we have the bucks and the behavior plan that we could send out to anyone in the comments if they put their email address in, right? Actually, you know what? How about they put the email address in as well to get the link for the free lunch and the presentation?
For that, they're going to RSVP in the registration link. So when we put the invite in the link for them, just sign up right in there, and then we'll get everything we need to get you that.
Okay. So just to be clear, we have if they want the PowerPoint with the bucks, they just have to put their email address. I'll send it to them directly. If they want the free lunch and tips to go online with business, they just have to respond to the link in the comments. If they want the free basket of goodies, and it's an awesome basket, then they have to share or like us. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
And they're sharing and liking Morning Joe with Christina and Brooke.
Perfect. And then I'll also share the link to the goodies, and if anyone wants to add to that, they can. All the resources for all ages online. So we got a lot of good
stars, man. Yeah, that's impressive.
A lot of goodies. So guys, continue to view us on Sundays at 9. We're going to continue to do this until we don't know, until education back into the schools. Maybe we'll continue it further after that. So we're always giving you resources, and we love us. So we hope you do too.
I love us. Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy your families. See you next week.
Happy
Bye, guys.
Easter, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.